I'm just going to share a few poems because one of the things that I've really felt with this pandemic is the loss of the ability to travel. And so what I've been doing to compensate for that has been writing poems about the countries I had visited. And one of those countries was Portugal. And when I first went to Portugal, I really didn't know what that attraction would be because when I was there, it rained. Portugal lost the World Cup playoffs. So it was a very somber tone. But then when I explored that tone and that mood, it made me really experiment with language more, with form. And I came across this beautiful term called saudade. Saudade. Rain descends steep Lisbon cobblestone streets. Silence dissipates crowds, darkness comforts defeat. Poets gather, sing fado, mourn Camões. The second poem is forthcoming in a collection here in Canada by Hidden Brook Press called The Beauty of Being Elsewhere. It's a collection of poems from different places. And when the pandemic first hit, there was a lot of attention, especially even to Italy. And I didn't really pay a lot of attention until it came to North America. And then I really started to realize what this pandemic was. And I started to look back to Italy because Italy was kind of going through it a different, they were kind of ahead of us in terms of experiencing the pandemic. And I read this article about the resolve of the Italian people, and it included this term, dolce far niente, which translates as the sweetness of doing nothing. And I fell in love with that term as well. So this poem is dolce far niente, sweetness of doing nothing. In modern Rome, ruins remain of how an ancient empire survived the bygone Antonine plague. Today, amid COVID-19, neighbors gather on rooftops, drinking wine, smoking cigarettes. I long to join them, share in their languid life as the future fills with promise. And this last one is also forthcoming in a magazine called Subterranean Blue Poetry. And I wrote this poem for a friend of mine who's Italian-Canadian named Carmen Zakowski. She passed away a few years ago, but I really always appreciated my visits with her. She was very well-traveled, very well-read. And one of the things that she once expressed to me was her lament for the practice that we have of cutting flowers simply to give them away. And so I wrote this poem for her called Do Not Bring Me Flowers for Carmen. Do not cut the roses. They lure me atop a stone balcony where I still savor the passion of first love. Do not cut the hydrangeas. They shelter me inside my childhood garden where I still hear the laughter of fairies. Do not cut the wisteria. They guide me towards grandfather's country home where I still witness the miracle of seaside sunrise. Do not cut the forsythia. They root me here across a deep ocean where I still smell the sweetness of honey. Do not cut the cherry blossoms. They carry me back to each passing spring where I still embrace the tenderness of winter's thaw. Thank you.